Hey guys, Don Rice here. I'm a newbie. I'm tackling the early Corsair, and I'm working on a dummy engine. It's kind of like a dummy working on a dummy, and I got a little bored doing what I'm doing. And so this video is only for people out there who are also bored. Because what I'm doing here today is not terribly interesting, and it's certainly not innovative. But I've basically set up a production line. That in there in front of you is the motor in progress. Up there are the cylinders. Those little triangles are full of little bits that I'll be using in a little while. And then these things here, good, knock them over. These are push rods. And so I thought I would walk you through the process of putting on one cylinder head. I've got 3 of them on there so far, and I'm about to do the 4th one. So, you know, lucky you guys. Let's try that. Alright, so I'll take a couple of these little things, and I've got aluminum tubing doohickeys cut. They fit a little tighter than I would like, so I can open them up a little bit. Ow. Wow, that's really tight. This one must have gotten more paint than all of the other ones. Okay, we'll grab another one, try again. This only happens when it's being documented on film. So I've got a short length and a longer length, and the short lengths go at the bottom end. Not that it matters which end is the bottom. Alright, so I prep those. Make sure they fit in the holes okay. That feels good. Grab a cylinder. Make sure they fit in those holes okay. That's good. Alright. Grab an old business card. I'm using 5-minute high saw, mainly because I have a good bit of it, and also because it's non-flowable. It doesn't move into places where I don't want it to go. So I'll mix up a little bit of that. Trusty pen. And I'll put a little bit goes in each hole. Like that. And get the right amount on the pen. And I put a little bit up inside. The tubes go up in these holes right here, up inside the rocker covers. Pretty exciting stuff. Aren't you glad you tuned in? Like I said, this is for those guys that are up late and bored, don't have anything better going on right now. Put a little bit on there, slip that in, a little bit on there, slip that in, like that. Medium CA. Probably ought to just make sure that this goes down the way it's supposed to. Probably should have done that a minute ago. That goes in exactly the way it's supposed to. CA's plugged. Epoxy's curing. Starting to feel a little bit rushed now. CA's flowing. Yay! A little bit there, a little bit on those plywood things I told you about a day or two ago. All the way around like that. Alright. Next, set that in place. All of this lays flat on the bench because ultimately I want this all to end up laying nice and flat on a plywood former that I will make that goes inside the cowl. Put a little epoxy on the end of that tube, slide it into that hole just like that, kind of hold it in place while I push the aluminum tube goes into place, like right there. Yeah, that's too much epoxy there. Put some on the end of the tube. Slide it into place. That's awesome. I put that tube in backwards. Love it when I do that. Okay, so turn it around. Now I've got epoxy in places where it's not supposed to be because I'm a newbie. Okay, get that right there. Slide that aluminum tube into place. Slide that aluminum tube into place. Alright. Cotton swab. Anything that's shiny is shiny because there's a little bit of epoxy film on it, and I want to remove shiny because this engine has been rode hard. It's been put away wet on numerous occasions. This is a Jap killing machine right here. It is my man Ira Kepford's steed. And it may be dirty, but it's strong and it's deadly. Just cleaning up a little epoxy here and there. Just like that. By now the CA has set. Take a look down in here for any epoxy blobs. And there's a little bit, which goes on the pants. I cut up paper towels into little squares. I don't remember where I got that idea. And I can use that to blob a little bit of the excess epoxy away like that. Ta-da! That doesn't look too bad. Alright, well, that's 4 on, 5 to go, and then I get to start thinking about spark plug wires, which I do not have yet. I have bought a number of different types of wire and shielding to go on the wire, but I don't have anything yet that I'm happy with, so the search for the right spark plug wire continues later.